Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you, it's not really a draft team recap, it's more as a team takeover, I guess, for APA Indigo League. It's like a D-League version of the APA, I'm guessing. Not really sure, I haven't figured it out yet. But it's in association with the APA, I think. They had a coach drop out, and Torn offered me asked me if I wanted to join, so I said sure, and then APA mods decided to let me in graciously. I'm very thankful they let me in, because I'd previously, to get into this league, you had to do a gym leader draft challenge, and I had to drop out of that because I was just so busy with WWC and all that. But luckily they decided to let me in, so I'm going to go over the team that I'll be rocking with. I did make a bunch of changes to the original team, yeah, we'll go ahead and cover it. For APA, we are rocking the Chicago Bearticks, not the Charizards this time. We're back to the Bearticks for this one. Don't worry, the Charizards aren't going away. They're an FWL. If I get into other leagues, I'm going to be alternating between the two. So the next league I get into will be the Charizards. So Charizard fans, don't worry, they're not gone. Go check out FWL. We'll be rocking there. Otherwise, Bearticks fans, you got this for now, since WWC's over. I like to keep both of them running at the same time. They're both amazing logos. They're both amazing teams. I'm very happy with them. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm not doing a draft order because I don't know how they were drafted. I'm just running from like Mega through my freeze. So this is one that I kept, Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny was already on the team. I've never used Mega Lopunny. I'm interested to use it, see how it works. I've played against it. I've seen it used very well competitively. It's got a lot of different sets, such as Power Up Punch, Last Resort. It can fake out. It has all the elemental punches for coverage, stab return, normal fighting type. It's like 408 max speed if you want to run like a positive speed nature. It hits like a truck. It's got Scrappy, so it can hit ghost types. It's just a really good offensive mon. I just don't know a lot about it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Smoggin real quick, or Smoggin, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna look some stuff up on Smoggin because I actually don't know a lot about some of these mons. So just talk about them real quick. Smoggin, Lopunny, Mega. It's base 135 speed, base 136 attack, so it hits very hard. It's very fast. So it makes it a really good revenge killer. High base stab, perfect coverage ability from Scrappy. Yeah. So it's really good. It's got Baton Pass, so if I wanted to set up like an agility and Baton Pass the agility, I could. It's got coverage and bounce and brutal swing. Cosmic Power to set up if I wanted to. Defense Curl. Dizzy Punch to potentially get a confusion. Has Encore, so if something wants to try and set rocks or something, I can Encore it in that and just hit it hard. Entrainment, if I wanted to neutralize a ability, I could bring Entrainment and give something Scrappy. The Elemental Punches. It's got Healing Wish, so I could heal up if I wanted to. Yeah, so it's an interesting mon. Gets some really interesting stuff like Solar Beam and that, but I didn't know it got. Let me turn that down a little bit. So yeah, so we have Mega Lopunny. Next up on the team, I also kept this, Necrozma. Necrozma is a tier 1 in this league. I know in WWC it was a tier 2, but in this league it's a tier 1. This thing is the bane of my existence right now. I really, really hate Necrozma with a passion. Necrozma is the sole reason I am not in WWC right now, playing for the championship. Because a setup Necrozma killed me. Like, legit setup Necrozma beat me into a pulp. With a set that I'd never seen before in Stored Power, Calm Mind, Iron Defense, and Rock Polish, I believe. But anyways, so I don't know a lot about this. I know it's got Photon Geyser, it's got Prism Armor, which is like multi-scale, I believe. I think, I don't remember. 3/4 damage from super effective attacks. Yeah, so it's like filter, basically. It makes super effective hits 3/4, so it makes it's good for defensive. It's got really good utility as well as coverage. So it can set Stealth Rocks, it can use Heat Wave, it has Power Gem, Photon Geyser is just really good, it can knock off. It's decent on its speed. It's not great. Like 79 is okay. It's got 127 special attack, which is very good. Yeah. So it's a good mon. I haven't really played much with it. I just know that it swept me in WWC, so I'm very interested to see it. Next mon we got, and this was by sheer happenstance, and this is part of the... I hate taking over teams for people, unless I get infinite moves and can just, like, make the team exactly mine. In this case, I didn't. But the main reason I said yes to this team is right here. Alolan Ninetales. Everybody knows I love this thing. Most of you that watch regularly know that I draft this thing in every league. I'm a huge fan of it. I love Alolan Ninetales. I started using Alolan Ninetales after watching A-Drive use it in several leagues, and just how much power it puts out, and just how useful and how much utility it has. Like, this thing is just a beast. I love Alolan Ninetales, and I'm going to continue to draft it. It's a beautifully perfect mon. Yes, it's quad weak to steel types. Yes, it's weak to fire type. Yes, it's weak to rock. Yes, it's weak to poison, but honestly doesn't bother me. This thing is just a monster. You can run specs, you can scarf it, you can expert build a life orb, you can give it Z crystals are very good on it because it has good coverage. It gets moves like Dark Pulse, Extrasensory, any HP you need. It can set up Aurora Veil. You put Aurora Veil in front of, like, Necrozma. Necrozma can set up and just blow things back. You set up Aurora Veil and put Lopunny behind it. Lopunny's not going to go down as easy. It's a really good mon that can be used offensively as well as blowing things back. It's also very fast. I think it tops out at 348 if you run a positive speed nature max speed. So that's pretty darn fast. In my books, I think it's base 109. Yeah, so it's base 109. Also, you can set up Hail if your opponent has a Hail setter. You can set up, and that's its only ability. You can run Snow Cloak for evasion. It's got decent special defense, decent special attack. It has freeze dry, so you can put things to put water types down. Like, entry hazards are really the only thing that really hurts this thing in steel types. Like, it's a really, really, really good mon, and I love it, and I'm glad I have it. Up next, Lycanroc Dusk. This is a mon that I've wanted to use for a long time in Draft League. I tried to draft it in WWC, it got sniped. I tried to draft it in FWL, it got sniped. I tried to draft it in GPC, it got sniped. In DSL, I picked up the standard form of Lycanroc Midday. Lycanroc Dusk is just so good in my mind. It's an underappreciated mon in my mind. I can't wait to show it off to you guys. Hopefully I can use it as well as I used Midday in the DSL. I know those battles aren't up, but Lycanroc Dust or Lycanroc Midday did some huge things for me in DSL, especially when I was able to get sand set up with it. Tough Claws is amazing ability. It gives you 1.2 boost to physical, like contact. I think it's physical attack. Contact moves. 1.3 times for contact moves. It's on things like Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Charizard X, Mega Metagross, which is why Mega Metagross is so busted. It's got base 117 attack with that boost, just makes it even better. Base 110 speed, so it's a little faster than Alolan Ninetales, but that doesn't really matter. It's got one of my favorite sets that I ran was a Focus Sash Swords Dance, because I'd be so fast. I Swords Dance, and then I could Sucker Punch and do big damage. I can Stone Edge and do big damage. I can Excel Rock and do big damage. Excel Rock is priority too. It can run Drill Run. It's got Fire Fang, which gets boosted. It's just all around a very, very good mon. You can Z-Captain this very, very well. I don't remember if this is actually one of my Z-Captains or not. Let me go look that up real quick. Leagues, APA, Indigo season. I'm pretty sure, I know Necrozma is one of my Z-Captains. I just can't remember who the other one was. Alolan Ninetales was a Z-Captain, and I'm pretty sure I switched it to... No, I did not switch it to Lycanroc. So no Shattered Splinters from this bad boy. But I do have Lycanroc. And it gives me several, like Lopunny's fast, Ninetales is fast, Duskull or Lycanroc is fast, Necrozma is medium speed. So we're filling out speed tiers nicely in my mind. This gives me Stealth Rocks if I don't want Necrozma carrying it. It's just a very good mon. This thing can set up behind Aurora Veil too and go to town. Next mon, another mon that I've wanted to use numerous times and had it sniped out from underneath me, Alolan Muck. It's got Gluttony and Poison Touch are the two abilities that really matter for Draft League format. Power Alchemy is more for, well, for singles. Power Alchemy is more for like VGC doubles type of thing. Base 50 speed, so we got some slow speed now in case someone thinks, oh, fast, Trick Room. No, I got a Alolan Muck that gets faster in Trick Room if I curse. This thing is just very good. It's got base 100 Spadef, base 105 HP, base 105 attack, so it's decently defensive, it's decently offensive, it's just slow. It's Dark Poison type, so it really helps. It takes Psychic off the board, it resists Fairy. Ground types are still a problem, fighting types are still a problem. But this thing can also be like an excellent Pursuit Trapper. It's got Knockoff to knock things off, so not only can I Pursuit Trap, I can also take items away. Poison Touch, so if I touch with the knockoff for the pursuit, I have a 30% chance of poisoning my opponent, which is huge. Gluttony lets me eat the big berries at 50% instead of 25%, so if I wanted to do like a Curse, Recycle, Figgy Berry set, to like try and set up sweep, I can do that, because this thing would just get so bulky, so fast, and it'd be really hard to put down. If I wanted to, I could explode with Alolan Muck. Choice Banded Explosion type of thing. I don't know. Just for fun and games. I mean, it's got decent coverage. I can run HPs on it if I wanted to run this special, but it's probably more physical. It gets Fire Punch. I believe it gets all the punches, actually. Ice Punch. Yeah, it gets all the ice punches. Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. I can Rock Polish if I don't want to curse and make this a very fast thing. I can rest. Sleep Talk type of thing. I've seen Deathly I Am use it. It can taunt, it can thief, it can it can do a lot. I've seen Deathly I Am use this thing decently well in, I believe it was, might have been APA when they were running Tier 3. Yeah, I think it was APA, Tier 3 and below. He used Alolan Muck really well. And so I wanted to use Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck was actually not originally on this team. The Mon that I replaced Alolan Muck for was Crobat. I just didn't see Crobat as being useful at all, so I got rid of it. Same with Lycanroc. Lycanroc was not originally on this team. It was a Vaporeon. I didn't really see a need for a Wish-passing Vaporeon on this team. I picked up a Water type later on down the line, so I just figured, you know, we're better off with Alolan Muck over Noibat. Plus, I think Alolan Muck was the better Dark Poison type because this roster also had Stunk Tank on it, and I don't really know what Stunk Tank does, don't really care for it. And Stunk Tank's replacement was Noivern, so I needed a Dragon type still. The roster I took over had Goodra on it, and I am not a big fan of Goodra. I know Goodra can do work, I just have never been able to make it work. So I cut Goodra for another Mon, and grabbed this bad boy in Noivern for Stunk Tank, since I already had a Dark Poison in Alolan Muck. Noivern is a very good Specs abuser. Like, Specs Boom Burst can get you through any substitute. It's really, really helpful with subs. Noivern. It's got Frisk, so I can check items. It's got Infiltrator, so I can get past subs if I don't want to use Boom Burst. Base 123 speed, so it's decently fast. It's another in that speed tier, so we have super fast Noivern. We have decently fast in Lycanroc and Ninetales, and Lopunny is super fast. We have Necrozma at mid speed, and we have Muck on the slow side. So that's, in my mind, pretty good. This is also another reason why I wanted Alolan Muck, so I couldn't get Trick Room foddered. It's also got, I talked about Frisk in that. It's base 97 special attack, so it's pretty good. It can taunt in front of, like, Bandabuzz and Milotic and Bronzong and Shaman, things that could be setup potential or setup issues. It's got great coverage. It's, like I said, it's a good Specs abuser. With that Boom Bursting, it has access to Dark Pulse. It can drop a Draco. Has access to Flamethrower, has access to Heat Wave, Hidden Powers, Hurricane. While there's a risk with Hurricane outside of rain missing, since it's 70% accurate, it's still worth it. On the physical side, it does get Iron Tail, it does get Leech Life for healing. I have Shadow Ball in here, I have Shadow Claw available. It gets Steel Wing. It does have Solar Beam potential. Super Fang is a pretty cool tech. If I have a very bulky Mon that I don't know how to check, I can just Super Fang to cut its HP in half and then help deal with it. Switcheroo if I want to play around with specs and all that. It's another Mon that I want to try out. I know it's quad weak to Ice. I've got Lycanroc Dusk and Lopunny to kind of handle that. It's a fast, cool Mon. I've seen it do plenty of good things as a Scarfer and a Specs abuser. Next up, Claydol. So Claydol was not on the roster either. This was another roster change I made. We dropped, I believe it was Seismitoad for Claydol. pulling it up right now. Yeah. So it was Seismitoad that we dropped for Claydol. Claydol gives me a spinner as well as a rocker. It can also set spikes. It can be spexed. It can be scarfed. It can also be Choice Banded Explosion if I wanted to just like blow something up. It's got great coverage. It gets Ice Beam, so having it sit in front, or like say you got something that's a Levitate user that could switch in, like a Hydreigon or something. Claydol is out, Hydreigon comes in, knowing that Earth Power won't hit it. Well, instead, I can just Ice Beam, predicting your switch, and you're going to take some big damage on your Hydreigon. It also has Levitate, so it can block Earthquakes and Ground DMZs and all that, so it's decent with that ability. It can Earthquake itself, Earth Power, Psychic, Spikes, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rocker again, so I don't have to make Lycanroc or Necrozma rocks if I don't want to. I've seen Dan use it. I think he used it in APA, if I remember correctly, as well. So it's another mon that I've seen used, and I want to put my own spin on it and see how it turns out. Here's where Vaporeon and Seismitoad went away for. Volcanion. So this is what I dropped Goodra for to pick up, because for some reason Volcanion's a tier 2 in this league. I'm not sure if that's where Volcanion belongs or not. I know Volcanion is on the slower side. I think it's like base 70 speed. Volcanion. It does have Water Absorb though, so it heals those water type hits. It absorbs the water type hits that Muck won't like, that Lycanroc won't like, and that Claydol won't like. Yeah, it's base 70. Base 70 speed, but it's base 90 speed def, so you could throw an Assault Vest on that and be pretty good. 130 special attack, 120 defense, so it can be very defensive if need be. Can run physical or special because of its base 110 attack. It's got a lot of different sets you can run, different approaches. A lot of coverage, so you could run like a Specs one if you wanted to abuse. You could run Scarfed Volcanion, you could run Air Balloon Volcanion. It's a good mon, good coverage because it has both water and fire stab, access to the hidden powers. It does have Earth Power to check like electric types that want to come in and abuse it. It's got Sludge Bomb, so you can hit grass types that want to come in and abuse it. It gets access to Flash Cannon. It gets access to Haze to deal with setup sweepers, which is very nice. On the physical side, it does have Liquidation. It does get Solar Beam. If you wanted to bring like a trying to think, Power Herb, Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Has Stone Edge on the physical side, Superpower on the physical side. It gets access to Will-O-Wisp, so you can burn that way. You could fling an item if you want to get rid of like your Scarf or something to abuse something else. All in all, Volcanion to me is a very interesting mon. It's something that I've considered drafting, but because it's tier 1, I've never wanted to take it. Since it was sitting in tier 2 here, I thought, why not? Let's take a shot with it. This mon was actually on the team already, Magnezone. Magnezone I was thinking about either dropping or trading away. I tried to get Zeraora just for the heck of it, because I love Zeraora. It's another really fast mon. Is the only problem though. It would really make Trick Room a good thing on my team, good thing to hit my team with, and force me to bring like counter Trick Room Claydol or whatever, or Curse Muck to set up in it. Granted, Magnezone isn't super fast. It's base 60, so it's slightly faster than Muck, a little slower than Volcanion, so it could help in Trick Room. It does have analytics, so if it moves last, it gets a boost to its attack. It has Magnet Pull, so I can trap steel types in. Sturdy, so I don't get O-code type of thing. It's got very good defense in base 115. It's got base 130 special attack, so it hits like a truck. Base 90 SPDF, so it does decently there. It's also a good specs abuser. It's a good scarfer. Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Flash Cannon, Volt Switch is a very good set on it. Volt Switch for momentum, Flash Cannon for obviously hitting hard stab, Thunderbolt for hitting hard stab, and then HP Fire, since it has, if you wanted to bring Magnet Pull, you could trap something like Scissor, Kartana, Mega Scissor, Celesteela, all those things, and just like trap it. It's got coverage out the wazoo with access to hidden powers and being a special attacker. It can set electric terrain if it wanted. If it's in Trick Room, Electro Ball would be huge. I have a lot of mons that can explode. I'm just reading through the set details right now. I do have a lot of mons that can explode. Iron Defense. Metal Sound, a drop, Metal Magic, or Mirror Coat. So if I was hit by a special attack, Mirror Coat back the damage. Mirror Shot, lowers the accuracy. I can't remember. Oh, Metal Burst was the move I was thinking of, and this thing doesn't have it. I could run Magnet Rise to get myself off the ground, because I am quad weak to ground type attacks. Granted, that's a perk of having Claydol. It can set screens if I don't want to bring Ninetales to set screens. I can pass T-Waves around if I wanted to. It's got Zap Cannon, if I like Gravity Zap Cannon. That would be pretty good. So, yeah, so there's that mon. Then, Darmanitan. This was already on the roster. I decided to keep it. Yes, I have 2 fire types, of Volcanion and Darmanitan, but honestly, I wanted to try Volcanion, and I've seen what Darmanitan can do. Torn has used Darmanitan extremely well in WWC. Darmanitan has base 95 speed, so it kind of slips into another speed tier that I didn't have between Necrozma and Ninetales. Sheer Force is just an amazing ability. Sheer Force Life Orb Darmanitan just punches holes through teams. It's got base 140 attack, which is a massive, massive hit. It really lacks on the special attack side, the defense, and the SPDF side, so it's really not a good defensive mon. But it still hits. It hits super hard. It's a good thing that can come in and just like clean up late game if I wanted to run Choice Scarf or Band. Life Orb is also another good move. Sheer Force Life Orb Flare Blitz just punches holes and breaks through things. Even like super bulky hit Powdon gets broken by it in 2 shots. The only problem is Stealth Rocks like really weaken this thing. It does have good coverage. It has plenty of Fire Stab. It gets Brick Break. It gets Bulldoze. It's got Dig. It's got Earthquake. It can Encore Trap something. Extra Sensory. Not really going to use that because that's on the special side unless I went Zen mode. But I don't see really a point in using Zen mode. Darmanitan. Flame Wheel to boost speed. Hammer Arm is another good move that hits really hard. Payback, so if I get hit first, Payback doubles that back. Power Up Punch. If I just wanted to like Power Up Punch, Flame Charge, Power Up Punch, Flame Charge a couple times, get my speed, get my attack up, and then just wail through something. Rock Slide, Rock Tomb to control speed. Could do a Rest Talk if I wanted to. It's got Smackdown, so I can drop flying types down and then hit them hard if I wanted to. Stone Edge is good coverage as well. If I wanted to run on the special side, Power Herb, Solar Beam. And then it does have Will-O-Wisp, Yawn to put things to sleep. Sorry, I'm changing my music here. And it does have U-Turn, so I can momentum around. This and Noivern both have U-Turn and momentum around. Necrozma, I believe, gets U-Turn and can momentum around. Magnezone can Volt Switch momentum around, so I do have some pivoting options. And so I'm excited to use Darmanitan. It should be a good mon for me as well. Finally, we have Gourgeist. So when I was making this team, Gourgeist was not on it. I ended up dropping Sandslash, standard Sandslash for this thing. I really didn't know what I was going to do for... I wanted a Grass Ghost type. Like, Grass and Ghost were not on my original roster that I was given. I didn't have a single Ghost type. I didn't have a single Grass type. And those were two stabs that I really felt like I needed. They're two stabs that are constantly necessary to me. Like, I need to have Grass and Ghost stab, at least Grass to deal with water types, since I have no... Well, I do have an electric type in Magnezone, but also to deal with ground types. Granted, I have a Alolan Ninetales, but anyways, I still wanted them. So there were three Grass Ghost types available. One of which I've used. The other one is Gourgeist, and the third one was Delmise. So I didn't know which one I was wanting to go with. I ended up talking to the front office. The front office had no idea I was getting into another league, taking over a team. I built this team myself, except for this one here. Once I made the decision on which Grass Ghost to go with, and I was able to make the rest of the team myself. But it was settled on to run with Gourgeist. Gourgeist was the mon we tried to take in FWL, and I got sniped one pick in front of us. So getting it here was pretty nice. I was favoring Delmise just because it hits hard, and it's, granted, it's on the slower side, or Trevenant, because I've used Trevenant in FWL, and Trevenant has done some very nice things for me. But after talking it out with the front office, Gourgeist was just the better mon. We have all four forms, so we can run the heavy, the large, the medium, and the small with all their different stats. They have like different speeds, different HPs, different defensive, offensive capabilities. I'm actually going to pull it up real quick. Gourgeist. So yeah, so like the small Gourgeist has base 55 HP, but the super Gourgeist has base 85. They all have base 122 defense. It's just on the attack side, they all have base 58 special attack. They all have base 75 SPDF. So it's really the HP, the attack, and the speed that change. So like the standard Gourgeist has 65 HP, 90 attack, 84 speed. The super Gourgeist has 85 HP, 100 attack, but it's 54 speed. Whereas the small Gourgeist has 55 HP, 85 attack, and 99 speed. So really this thing can fit in multiple speed tiers, help me cover some speed differences if need be. It's got Frisk as well, so I can check for items. Insomnia, so I can't be put to sleep. Granted, really Hypnosis is the only thing that can put this thing to sleep, because it's a grass type, so it's immune to sleep powder and spore. The grass and ghost stabs, Shadow Claw, all that good stuff. Trick or Treat to add a ghost type to it. Also have access, like, I think Z Trick or Treat was a set, but it's not a Z Captain. My other Z Captain was Volcanion. Yeah. So my Z Captains are Necrozma and Volcanion. Phantom Force, Shadow Sneak for priority. You've got Seed Bomb. Gets access to Charge Beam if I wanted to run special. Dark Pulse if I wanted to run special. Destiny Bond could be clutch to take something down with it. It's another Explosion Mon. I didn't realize just how many mons I had could explode. Gourgeist, Magnemite, Volcanion, Claydol, Muck. Can all go boom. Foul Play on this thing, which takes your opponent's attack stat into account, not yours. It's got Flame Charge, so if I wanted to, I could boost its speed. It does have access to Flamethrower and Fire Blast, which is kind of cool. It does have Gyro Ball if we wanted to use the super large one that was slow. It can set Leech Seed. It can do screens, Pain Splitting. It can really wear things down. If I needed to, I could roleplay an ability, skill swap to change abilities. So give my opponent Frisk and take whatever their ability is. It's got Sludge Bomb on the special side, Synthesis to heal, Thief to steal items, Trick to give items around. It can set up Trick Room itself, Will-O-Wisp as well, obviously. So this could also be another reverse Trick Roomer. If someone wanted to bring Trick Room on me, I just bring this thing and reverse the Trick Room. But yeah, that's going to be the team. The team we took over was 0-1 -1, so they had already suffered a loss going into it, but we can bounce back. More than likely, it would have been a loss had I played the first week anyways, because that's just how it goes for me in draft leagues. I usually lose the first match of the season just because it's a new team. I'm not used to it. Hoping that doesn't continue since I'm taking over a new team and I don't know how to use it. Hopefully I don't lose in week 2 because I kind of need to turn it around and get on a win streak. Because my goal is always to make playoffs, and then the second goal is win the league. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching, Beartix fans. Here's your new team for now until we get another one. Charizard fans, let's keep the Beartix rolling as well. Give them your support as well. Alolan Ninetales should do well. I see that mod on my side screen here. I just love it. I'm happy with this team. I know some of the front office isn't happy because I got rid of like Vaporeon and that, which would have been very good for some matches. Honestly, I'm happy with my team, and that's what really matters, is that I'm happy with it, because if I'm not happy with the team, I'm not going to understand how to use it, and it's going to go badly. So check out all those links down in the description: Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Griffin's Twitter for the art, who made this beautiful logo that you see on the screen. Yeah, just check all that out, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.